You're listening to In the Pod, Soybean Updates, a weekly trek into the latest soybean information from NDSU Extension. Soybeans in North Dakota are not treated equally. The growing conditions can be dramatically different depending on the location. Jason Hanson, owner of Roll Agronomy, has the story from the Ramsey County area. Jason, bring us up to date on the soybeans in your area.
Sure. So I'm in the central Ramsey County part of North Dakota, primarily Webster, Garski, Starkweather. Soybeans probably been our biggest challenge crop that we had this year. I think the biggest reason is we started seeding, earlier May, the early beans, the big excitement about early soybeans, seeding and all that kind of stuff. The 11th, 12th, and 13th, and into the 14th, we were in the 90s for temperatures. So people were trying to chase moisture, probably planting a little deeper instead of an inch, probably inch and a quarter, inch and a half. And then May 15th came. We went from 96 degrees air temperature to 36 with 3 to 4 inches of rainfall, cold rain. And that had a big impact. So if I was to go through and look at something that stood out this year, was vigor of soybeans this year was not good. It spans every variety, and there's certain situations that stood out even more. The factors that I saw, planters were better than air seeders as far as the type of stand that we would like to see out there. Were they perfect? No. If you were dropping 140, 150, there was stands down 85 to 120. It seemed to be 100,000 to 110,000 was kind of that point where it was at. Soybeans that were seeded after that rain looked better than soybeans before. Okay, but still take into consideration the planter air seeder thing. Residue management was a big thing. So fields that had a tendency to have gotten worked, they looked better because the ground was a little warmer, darker, where if there was more residue, direct seeded no-till, those beans up to probably last week, if you were to pick a field, you go, I don't know if I really want that field as my own field, if it was in a no-till or a direct seeded situation. Reduce the stands, a lot of sporadic gaps in our populations out there. But now we've kind of we're into this R1 stage. I'd say we are anywhere from a foot to strong 18-inch tall beans out there. Stuff is filled in. I still think my planter beans look better than my air seeder beans. Our challenge now is that we're coming into R1. We really could use a rain. The state of North Dakota, it seems this year, if you're getting a rain, it isn't coming nicely. It's with hail and big winds, and the number of tornadoes this year has been kind of crazy. We have just missed all of that. So we're kind of riding off of our big 2024 year with the amount of moisture we had. And we're getting to the point now where cereals kind of critical, but soybeans, it's going to be a real challenge coming in here.
What's the weed situation right now?
Our biggest thing out here is still kochia. I have better kochia control before my rain seeded soybeans because I had smaller kochia. If I had any kochia that was up, it was a challenge this year. It was just a windy spring to try to get pre-emerge products out. I think the last seeded soybean field that I look at was put in on the 18th of June. Those are pretty small. Those are only like 1-2 trifoliate beans so far. Kochia is our number one problem. We did pick up another field the day that we're recording this, Bruce, with another Waterhemp field that we found. In our area, it's very classic. Any places that where water sits around ditches or sloughs, this hasn't been a custom harvesting thing. So it's pretty much a waterfall delivery mechanism that got this in here. We have to treat that accordingly.
So what are you doing to manage kochia?
How we've tackled our kochia this year, our pre-emerges did very well, and it has almost all been Liberty applications. And we got very blessed with a lot of heat and strong humidity. And our weed control, I'm very satisfied with it this year. But the very unpopular things that you have to tell your farmers to do is we're going to slow down when we spray, and we're going to spray more water. They listened, they did it, and we're happy with that situation. Anytime we can crush kochia, it's a good day for Jason Hanson.
Thanks, Jason. Our guest has been Jason Hanson, owner of Roll Agronomy. You're listening to In the Pod, Soybean Updates, a weekly trek into the latest soybean information from NDSU Extension, supported by the North Dakota Soybean Council.